Okay, I'm speaking with Cheyenne Mayor Marion Orr. And Mayor Orr, first of all, I understand that there have been some complaints, I guess, in regard to Superday. Some people were unhappy about parking fees. There was also a $30 armband, I guess, that some people weren't pleased with. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, what we're going to be doing here this week and into next week is staff is going to be meeting, and the comments are very helpful because what we're going to be doing is evaluating whether or not we continue on with Superday.
So is it under discussion that it may not continue then next year, I guess is what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's definitely under discussion. Costs continue to increase, staffing continues to decrease, and so the comments are really helpful because if we can't meet certainly expectations of the citizens, we need to know that. And with any event, staff was up before the crack of dawn. The tents don't set themselves up. It costs money to rent the games and rent the activities, and it certainly takes a lot of staffing, a lot of overtime. So we really have to take a look and see if we are managing expectations, the cost to benefit kind of ratio for the community, and see where things kind of stack up.
When what sort of time frame are we looking at for a decision here?
Well, we don't have a set timeline. Certainly, it's something that we would want to discuss, not only with staff, but certainly involve council members and others as far as if this is something that has run its course.
Now, Mara, I did see a social media post where you saw complainers to kick rocks. Do you stand by that comment?
I do. And it was lighthearted, and that our city employees, I don't know that they get the credit and the thanks that they do, and I said that they rock and complainers can kick rocks, and but that being said, if there are complaints, we certainly do want to hear them, and it may mean that really if we take a look at everything, perhaps it's something that we don't continue in the future.
So the kick rocks comment was more or less a joke then?
Well, yeah, it was a flippant as far as our employees rock and complainers can kick rocks, and that's kind of a philosophy about life. The good work usually goes unpraised, and the haters hate.
Now, Mara, I've been told by somebody in the city that they are looking at specifically whether to continue the parking fees and the armbands, assuming Superday does go forward. Is that your understanding as well?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at everything. With any event we do, there are hits and misses. We don't know if things always work. We certainly test them out, and sometimes we learn that there's a failure in the decision, and we change it. So if we can make things work without certainly the parking fees, and I parked on the street for free, so I know that there was plenty of free parking, and as far as the armbands go, perhaps we increase sponsorship. Our community does it a lot. Holly Frontier certainly has been a fantastic partner. But at the end of the day, again, we just really have to take a look at all of the needs and expectations of the event.
It would be kind of sad to see a 37-year event come to an end, though, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know that it would come to an end. Somebody else might just take it over.
Okay.
And again, this comes down to, what's the expectation of city government, and if we're unable to carry it on because it has gotten so large, perhaps we need additional partners.
Now, does this cost the city money to help present this event? Does it come out of taxpayers' money in long term?
Yes, it does. It comes out of its community parks and recreation, it's wages, it's overtime. We incur the costs of certainly the event, and then the cleanup. And as I mentioned earlier, these events don't set themselves up and take themselves down.
You probably don't know, but I'll ask anyway. You wouldn't happen to know how much it cost the city to put this on?
Well, that's part of what we're going to be evaluating again with, within the next few weeks, as far as total manpower hours, rental costs, cleanup costs, and the like. Okay.
Marion, that's all I have. Is there anything else you wanted to say about this?
Well, no, I just hope that if people had a great time that they would be as expressive as those that didn't.
Okay.